Those of us that have been working in Photoshop for a long time understand that Photoshop and text are no strangers to each other. They've been together for quite a long time. However, a significant watershed event occurred in version 7, which was several years ago. In version 7, Photoshop finally gave us the ability to maintain the vector nature of text from creation through to print. Now think about that. That changed everything. Prior to version 7, and that changed, I did all of the generation for text for my clients in Adobe Illustrator. I still do, to be honest with you, for the most case. However, it is definitely more out of habit than it is necessity. Adobe Photoshop is more than capable of taking text all the way to print in vector, crisp, sharp, clear. If we pick up the type tool here, we can change the font in a lot of ways, obviously. I don't like the font impact. I can click here and change it. You will have your own fonts up there, obviously. Choose a font. You don't like the style? Some fonts do have styles like italic, bold, oblique, etc. You can change that if they're available. Impact doesn't have those. Don't like the font at 48 point. Now we can go to 72 or change the number to anything we want. 72 point is 1 linear inch. Theoretically, if you type some text in Photoshop and print it, if it's 72 point, it should measure 1 inch. We have anti-aliasing. That will soften or sharpen the text up depending on what we're doing and the type of font we're using. Of course, we can left, center, and right justify. Don't like the color red, I can click here and change it to any color that I want. And 2 other buttons. This one is for type warping, which allows me to control the text in some very creative ways. And this button right here allows me to get into some character and paragraph formatting options. Let's be honest about one thing though. Adobe Photoshop is not InDesign. If I'm doing a lot of text, I am not doing it in Photoshop. I'm doing it in InDesign or even Adobe Illustrator. If I'm planning on writing the great American novel, and I've written 17 books, I've never written one of my books in Adobe Photoshop, that's obvious. But with that said, Adobe Photoshop is more than capable of taking care of any text needs that you would need as they relate to graphics and text interfacing with each other. Come over here, got the type tool selected, type a word on the screen. I'm typing. You will notice that we've generated automatically a type layer. That's a unique definition for a layer in Adobe Photoshop. Type layers only contain, obviously, type. If I come off of my typing tool down here and actually select, say, my move tool, you will notice that the name of the layer will default to what you typed in here. Makes it kind of easier to work with, I suppose. I cannot pick up my paintbrush tool and paint in this layer. However, I can, if I want to, come over, say, to my FX button and add something like maybe a drop shadow. Let's just click OK. If I don't like the color of the font, I can go back to my type tool and select it and come up here, click the big black box and change to a different color. If I don't like the font, if I don't like the style, if I don't like the size, you get the idea. I can change it any way I want to, but understand, as long as that's a type layer, the only thing you can put in that layer is type.